What's happening, everybody? 24th? Yes, 24th of August. Welcome to Detroit, Michigan. This is the Detroit Techno remix of this week's shave. So I got a little something new this go round. This is a bit of Aqua de Parma cream, and I'm really looking forward to using it. I've given it a couple of test lathers, but I've not used it. This is going to be the first go around, so let's see what happens here. This is a Mula 25 millimeter synthetic version 2 silver tip fiber, quote unquote. Here's what's happening in here, man, and this shit smells good. It really, really does. I can see where the Triple X is considered to be, like, you know, the same, but it's not the same. Not from this little bit, I should say, that I've been able to smell. Kind of thirsty for a cream. But in all honesty, it's about the same consistency as the Triple X soap. Also, I'm pretty sick. Sucks, man. I've been looking forward. I booked this trip back in like May or so. Actually, no, early June, right before I lost my job. And I was just looking forward to this trip, and fucking A, man, I've been sick the whole week and it sucks. I even had tickets to go to an event or to the club last night, but I couldn't do it because I was just feeling too shitty, you know? But I guess that's life, huh? Alright, so this is working up pretty nicely. This brush is always a little weird. I'm still not 100% used to it, but that doesn't mean it sucks. It's just different, you know? It's not the same as a Badger brush. I don't have any boar brushes, so I can't compare it to a boar. But it's definitely different. So let's go around. Oh shit! I'm going to be using the standard razor. Also going to be using these rebranded Israeli personas straight out of CVS on Woodward Avenue, which is one of the most beautiful streetscapes in America. But then again, I'm a little biased when it comes to anything that comes to this city. If I was thinking, I would have mailed myself a couple blades, but I wasn't thinking. So I didn't mail myself a couple blades. That's alright though. This seems to be getting the job done, even though they're noticeably less sharp than, excuse me, the Silver Blues. I did not bring my feather with me. That was not going to make it past security whatsoever. And if I didn't mail myself some Silver Blues, you better believe I didn't mail myself an entire razor. So, Detroit, Michigan. Got here Friday at about, I don't know, like about 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock Eastern time, Friday afternoon. And if you don't know, which you probably don't, the Detroit Wayne County Airport, DTW, is the airport code, is far from the city. It's like over 30 miles, excuse me, from downtown. Which, you know, of course I always know that that's the case. But this go around, a taxi I think is around $50 or so to get to downtown. And of course none of the hotels have a shuttle that I know of that go from the airport to to downtown. So as soon as I landed, I fired up the old Uber app And lo and behold, man, I was able to get a ride on Uber. It was like $37, so it was a little pricey. And the guy that was driving me was kind of annoying. He would not shut up. And he was actually a little racist as well, but it seems, that kind of seems par for the course around here, unfortunately. And it's funny because that's not something I usually encounter when I'm here, you know, but whatever. It is what it is, as they say. So yeah, if you do plan on coming to Detroit and you're flying in, like I said, take that into account. You're going to be far from downtown if you're staying downtown, which I suggest you do. It's beautiful here. Well, it's a haunting kind of beautiful. I used to, I should say, take a bunch of pictures every time I come up here, but I really haven't been doing that the last couple times because I'd rather just, I mean, there's not much sense, you know, in living everything through the screen of your phone if you're too busy taking pictures and videos and all that stupid shit. Why not just actually live in the moment, you know what I mean? So I really haven't been taking that many pictures, but I have plenty. Anyway, so yeah, this go round, you know, since I don't have the money I used to because of the job thing, I've had to make this trip a little cheaper. And I think I've spent like a grand total of about, I think it's $56 is what I'm at as of right now since Friday afternoon, which is pretty good. But I've still managed to have a hell of a time because honestly, like, more than anything, I just enjoy being here. You know, I don't really have to do anything. It'd be nice if I could go to an event at a club or something and catch, you know, one of the Detroit legends that I wouldn't be able to catch anywhere outside of the festival or outside of this city in any sense, really. But it's not been able to happen, and it's never happened, really, except for the 1 year. The 1 year that I went to the festival, the modern era of the festival, I should say, in 2011, me and a friend just happened upon some party. Well, actually, I should say we happened upon a flyer for a party, and it was Suburban Night. And this razor, the angle on this razor is just weird. Suburban Night, Kyle Hall. Kyle Hall is like, he's the new legend. That kid is good. He's really, really good. His music is incredible, but he's not, from what I saw that night, and the setup was a little weird, I will say that much. But he just was not really that good of a DJ that night. But Suburban Night, on the other hand, man, he ripped it and he was good. But, you know, that's what happens when you've been in the game for as long as him. He was really, really good. And he played a lot of stuff that, like, DJs, you know, DJs that are more concerned with the dance floor probably wouldn't play. And he mixed the shit out of it because, man, like I said, that guy is just a very good DJ. James Pennington is his real name. He was really, really, really damn good. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't really get a chance. Although I did buy some tickets to an event that I didn't make it to because I thought I'd be able to lick this sickness, but of course not. I've not been able to, and I've actually been taking this stuff. I got this the same time that I got, the blades, and it seems to work half decent. I don't know, it's a generic of something, but I don't know exactly what it is. But it's okay, I suppose. It's certainly suppressed the cough, which is like the worst thing that I've got right now. And I do feel kind of a bit shitty, but like generally, you know, body shitty or whatever. Anyway, yeah, so like I said, this trip has been done on the mega cheap. I really haven't spent much money, but I've had a hell of a time. I went down to Hart Plaza, which is where the festival is, and by the festival I mean movement, which I generally refer to as the DEMF. DEMF, of course, is an acronym for Detroit Electronic Music Festival, which is what it was for the first 2 years of its existence. It's always nice to go to the hallowed grounds when the festival is not going on. It's such a huge difference. It's cool to see like all the places where the stages are set up in their natural setting without a bunch of kids wearing all sorts of varying degrees of dress. Be that, dress, be that costume or regular clothes. I mean, it's a damn festival and there's a bunch of kids, so of course there's going to be a bunch of ridiculous shit that some of these people have in public. But I've just been walking around looking at everything. There's a lot of activity, there's a lot of buzz in downtown Detroit right now. There's a lot more construction than I remember. There's a lot of rehabs going on, and Woodward Avenue, which is one of my favorite streetscapes in all of America that I've seen, and my favorite that I've seen in person. But they've got Woodward nice and torn up right about now to make way for the. There's a train, like a commuter rail, that they're building, which of course is going to be supplemental to the People Mover, which is always a nice trip. I don't remember exactly how old the People Mover is, but it's a circuit that goes around downtown. It's about 2 miles or so, I think. I remember reading. And it just, takes you to a few different places in the core. The farthest north it takes you, the farthest south. No, I take that back. The furthest north that it takes you is Foxtown, quote unquote. And that's where Ford Field is, which is where the Lions play football. The baseball park is over there as well. And speaking of Ford Field, there was 2 shows this weekend. Eminem had 2 shows on Friday and Saturday. Him and Rihanna, I guess, are doing a little tour thing. And I hear they packed that place out both nights. There have been a ton of kids, and by kids I mean young people, that have been all over the city this weekend. And you can obviously point them out with their Eminem gear on and stuff, which is cool because that guy actually does a lot of good for the city. Anyway, yeah. So the farthest north that it goes is Foxtown, which is where again the football field is and the baseball park. The farthest south that it goes is Jefferson. There's a couple stops on Jefferson. There's the Renaissance Center, which is the GM headquarters. Excuse me. And here's a little trivia for you. To go to Windsor, Ontario, Canada, which is directly across the Detroit River from the city of Detroit, you actually have to go south. So, for all you people that like Journey, that makes Journey a bunch of liars because there is no South Detroit. South of Detroit is Canada. And then, there's more than a few spots, or there's other stops as well. The east and west boundaries. I don't remember what the westernmost stop is, but the easternmost spot I do believe is like Greektown and Bricktown, which is hopping little area of downtown. There's all sorts of stuff over there. There's always a bunch of foot traffic. Excuse me. It's always a very, very, very lively area of downtown. But yeah, like I was saying before, there's a lot of buzz, there's a lot of activity going on in downtown right now. There's always seems to be more people on the streets, like more pedestrian traffic every time I come, which is nice. And there's a lot of rehabs going on. There's a lot of scaffolding scaffolding and shit on the buildings, on a lot of buildings in downtown, which is really nice to see. Yeah, it feels good in downtown right now, you know? And of course that's an obviously biased statement because I am a huge Detroit ball washer. But it just seems especially nice this go round. This is actually going to be a pretty quick little shave, it looks like. And this cream, it's every bit as good as people say it is. The smell, of course, is incredible, but the performance is really, really good. This lather is mega. And unlike most cream lathers, as opposed to soap lathers, this stuff holds a lot of water. And of course, it's mega thick. I've always noticed that cream lathers tend to be thicker and more cushioning than soap lathers, generally speaking, but not always, because I have plenty of soaps that I can get an extremely thick lather out of. But this stuff really is that nice. And Triple X by Razor Rock is not the same as this stuff. Now, that's with a caveat because I've never used the first generation Triple X, which I hear is just like supposed to be rebranded ADP. But the stuff that's being sold now is not Aqua Department shaving cream. And they picked a hell of a cream to knock off, that's for sure. This stuff really, I'm very impressed with this stuff. It's too bad that it's hideously expensive and that the scent is gone. The stuff that they're using now, I don't know if it's or selling now, I should say, I don't know if it's unscented or just not nearly as scented, but it's not this stuff. There's quite a bit of broetry on my floor this go around at the hotel. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but the bros really close to my room are being just very broy right now. I don't feel too good, you guys, for real. This sucks. And you know what's even worse is that this is going to be the last time that I'll be able to come to Detroit for quite some time, I think. And I had to be sick, of course, when I'm here. But, I mean, who knows, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a reason for that, we'll see. Maybe I'll be able to find out exactly why I was sick. This is gonna be weird, not doing this with the other. That didn't come out too bad. And as soon as I finish up here, I gotta get lunch. It's about 2 p.m. Central, or excuse me, Eastern or so, and I've not eaten lunch yet. But I don't really know what to eat because I don't have a car. This is the first time that I've ever come here and done this trip without a car outside the festival. Because the festival doesn't count. So I don't know what I'm gonna eat because because Olga's Kitchen is closed. The one on Hoodward is closed. So I don't know what the hell I'm gonna eat. But I know that I'm gonna bust a Uber down to Corktown and go to Sugar House, which is one of my favorite bars in the entire country. And I say that like I've been to a bunch of places, but man, that bar is just, it's next level. It really is good. It's like an old school Prohibition style place, you know, that serves the hipster drinks or whatever. They can stay on the lawn, straight up. So I'm gonna go there this evening, knock back a few drinks, have one of them hood-ass Sazeracs that they make. Also a Scotch branch. I don't remember what the hell is in it. I know it's ginger, a couple different kinds of Scotch. It's so good. Most of you probably know that I am a man of Scotch, specifically Island. God damn, this cream is really good. I am like shocked. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Let me give myself a final rinsing here. Got a little rough spot back here. Sort that out. I can't believe the camera's hung in with me this long. I usually have to stop it and restart it. Or I should say I usually have to restart it whether I stop it voluntarily or it stops on its own accord. Anyway. So yeah, there's that. Very nice little shave. Then we'll finish up with the Folsom and Company Bergamot, and I don't remember what the other thing is here. This is the review that I did the other day. This stuff is nice, very, very nice. Doesn't have a lot of menthol. Like I mentioned, it's a little bit less menthol-y than the first formulation fine accoutrements aftershaves, but it's very nice. Ooh, poured myself way too much there. And like I said, this stuff smells a lot like Tuscan Leather by Tom Ford. It's very nice. I have to wonder if there's a bit of glycerin in this aftershave, and if so, that's a great idea. Because this does feel a touch more conditioning than the fine aftershaves, but it doesn't have the savage burn and menthol that the fine joints do, which actually I miss. I like how much the fine aftershaves burn and then cool off with the menthol. And there we are. And that's today's shave. Detroit Techno Remix, leaving tomorrow, fly out of here like 3 or 5, I don't quite remember. But anyway, wish me luck in feeling better because I feel like shit. So yes, that's it. Peace.